California lawmakers today killed a bill that would have prevented registered sex offenders from running for public office. Earlier this year, a registered sex offender, Renee Campos, tried to run for Fresno City Council.
Well, today lawmakers had a larger debate over what kind of criminals should be blocked from running for offices at the state and local level. KCRA3 Political Director Ashley Zavala explains what happened.
Democrats here at the state capitol are divided over whether people convicted of sex crimes should be allowed to run for public office. But with today's action, people who are registered sex offenders or people who have been convicted of serious child sex crimes can still run for city council, school board, or the state legislature here in California. So the bill killed today, AB 2753, would block anyone that has been registered as a sex offender from running for office. California has a three-tiered sex offender registration system. Tier 1 is up to 10 years on the list. Tier 2 is 20 years, and Tier 3 is for life. The chairman of the Senate Elections Committee, Democratic State Senator Scott Wiener, was worried about casting a wide net and would only pass this bill if it only applied to sex offenders in Tier 3. The lawmaker who wrote this bill, Assemblymember Esmeralda Soria, refused to take that amendment, and the bill died in essentially a tie vote. Here's what Soria had to say after.
Extremely disappointed, and I feel like I'm still trying to process what we just saw come out of Senate Elections Committee. But I think the fight still continues. I made a promise to my community that we would try to make sure that what happened earlier in this year when Mr. Renee Campos decided to announce that he was going to run for office, a registered sex offender, that we wouldn't see that type of things happening in our community. And so we'll continue, this fight here in Sacramento to make sure that it is loud and clear that the community supports our efforts to ensure that no registered sex offender is able to run or get elected in state and local office.
Lawmakers in that same committee did move forward with another bill prohibiting people convicted of felony sex crimes from running for office, but mainly if the victims are adults. I'm told the committee watered this bill down so that people convicted of felony child sex crimes like rape can still run for office. Again, that includes school board, city council, and to be a state lawmaker, just to name a few public offices. Democratic Assemblymember Dawn Addis is the lawmaker who wrote this proposal, and she accepted those changes from this committee. Here's what she had to say.
We also have a criminal justice system, and folks do go through, punishment and justice through that system. And we didn't want to unintentionally wrap in what's commonly known as Romeo and Juliet kinds of situations into this elections bill. And that's really about younger people. You might be a 17-year-old and you're dating someone, you turn 18, you become an adult, you're still dating that person. And there's, things that may happen under the criminal justice system that we just certainly didn't want to unintentionally wrap into this bill. But I will re-emphasize, I still think more work needs to be done.
Now, lawmakers break for a month-long summer recess starting this Thursday. They come back for one more month of lawmaking for the year. That's when they could pass or kill more proposals moving forward. Reporting at the state capitol, Ashley Zavala, KCRA3 News.